Chapter 5, Part 1. 2:30 p.m., 28th of December. Willie Quinlan had repurposed his grand dining room into his personal office space. Dominating the room was a majestic fireplace, above which hung a poignant portrait of Georgina, Willie's deceased wife. The room's centerpiece was a long table which now served as Willie's desk. It bore a single chair on one side and two on the opposite. Spread across it were piles of paperwork, a gleaming gold pen, and other essentials. Arrayed amongst these work items were sentimental photographs, one of his parents from the late 1950s, another of his estranged late brother Frank, and a picture of his elder sister, who had tragically succumbed to cancer. Ever since Georgina's death, Willie found solace working in this formal part of the house, even though his actual work had diminished over the years. The structured ambiance of the dining room appealed to him. Above the room's marble fireplace, two busts took pride of place. These were commissioned portraits of him and Georgina. To Willie, they weren't just sculptures, but lifelike representations, especially the one of his beloved wife. Increasingly, Willie found his attention span diminishing. He'd lose himself in daydreams, often while gazing at the busts or the photographs. On more than one occasion, he was found speaking aloud to the images. "Talking to your photos again, Dad?" Des remarked, peeking into the room. There was an impending meeting with King that evening, and Willie wanted to brief Des beforehand. He'd grown weary and impatient with King, especially regarding a pledge King made about removing American interference in Irish energy. At Willie's silence, Des laughed softly. Picking up Frank's photo from the table, he playfully held it over his face, impersonating his late uncle. "Oh, Willie, please don't be cross with my boy. That's no way to treat him," Des teased. Willie's expression hardened. "Don't," Willie warned, but Des continued jovially. "Come on, Dad. When you backed that unlawful board veto and withheld his dividends, you knew it'd lead to Will's downfall. This isn't America. Frank should have realized that before he challenged King." Des's gaze followed his father's, landing on another photograph on the table. The weight of past decisions hung heavily in the room. "Dad, you need to leave this room. This house even," Des insisted, a hint of exasperation in his voice. "King will handle Will, but tonight your main aim should be to get the 30 million euros he owes us. We've nearly run through the initial 8 million and we'll be broke if this continues." Des's recent marriage had significantly strained his finances. He had wed a woman accustomed to the luxuries of Dublin's elite society. Her tastes were expensive, to say the least. She desired a home in the coveted Dublin 4 neighborhood and wasn't content with just that. She demanded extensive renovations, state-of-the-art bathrooms, a lavish kitchen, and other modern makeovers. Furthermore, her penchant for high-end fashion, exclusive purses, and designer outfits was well known in their social circles. Adding to the financial burden was Des's own vices. His increasing fondness for the White Lady, as cocaine was euphemistically termed, only further drained his already dwindling resources. With King holding on to Willie's money, Des felt the walls closing in. The funds that should have been a safety net for the family were stuck in limbo, and if Willie was running on empty, it meant Des was too. It was a situation that needed immediate attention, at least from Des's perspective.